everyone doing? Are we ready for another project? I know I am. So, my name is Beth Stamp. I'm an independent designer with Couture. You have made your way to the Chalk Club, where we make pretty things for our home, for our friends, to wear, all the things. So today, we're going to be using this cute metal sign. It's an enamel sign. You can go either way. I think I got this at a local craft store. And we are going to be using this cute transfer. As you can see, it says, "The dishes are looking at me dirty again." Perfect for your kitchen, right? And I don't know about you, but I've been home now with the kids and the family and our great social distancing, right? And there's a lot of dishes and they're all looking at me dirty. So these are, if you're new to me, you put a number 1 in the comments. And if you have watched me before, number 2. But if you're new, you'll need to know what these are. These are reusable silkscreen transfers. And the way that they work is they are sticky on one side, and there's a backer sheet here. And then we're gonna cut them apart where there are cut lines. So there's some very fine cut lines on there. These are not vinyl. These are totally different because they have silkscreen in them, and that's how we can get all of the amazing detail that we're gonna get in this project. Not only are we gonna get an awesome project, it is really, really easy to do. I'm gonna show you. This actually won't take very long at all, and because they're reusable, that means you can use the transfer 8 to 12 times. I wash mine just right in the bathroom sink when I'm done. I use something called a board eraser, which is kind of like a special little sponge, and it cleans both sides of the transfer. Easy peasy, put them back on the backer sheet, and then we can use them again and again. So we can use them on chalkboards, we can use them on textiles, glass, you name it, we can do it. So first things first, these are incredibly sticky when we first use them. And so what we need to do is something called fuzzing. We have these cute little towels. They're fuzzing cloths. They're microfiber on one side, terry cloth on the other. And I like to use the terry cloth side for fuzzing. And basically all we're doing is picking up a little bit of fuzz off onto the transfer so that it's not so sticky that it stretches the transfer when we pull it up. So we just put this up and down a couple of times. And if you're here, make sure you say, "Hey," let me know where you're watching from. And if you have not joined my free group, which is called The Insiders, that's where I do all my specials, all my deals, all the good stuff happens in there. You can comment Insiders and I'll send you a link. It's totally free to join. All right, so now we have fuzzed. We have fuzzed this piece. I'm doing extra fuzzing on this because this enamel is it's gonna stick really, really well to the enamel, which is what we want. But at the same time, we don't want it to get stuck and then stretch. So that is what we are trying to avoid. And right now I'm just kind of lining it up to try to make it straight. And as you can see, if it's not straight, take your time, pick it back up, and get it on there nice and straight. And let's see how we did. I think we did pretty good. It'll be straight enough for my purposes anyway. If you're a perfectionist and you need it to be totally perfect, which as I'm looking at this, it is just a little bit crooked. I'm gonna break my own rule and say, I'm not normally a perfectionist, but today we want it to be a little bit straighter than it is. So I'm just gonna take my time and set this down, and it'll be great. It's all gonna be, everything's gonna be okay. All right, so let's get this down. The most important part is to get where the silkscreen area is, to get that nice and flat with your surface, because you don't want air bubbles. Air bubbles means that our chalk paste, which I will talk about in just a minute, will bleed underneath. If you have questions about anything that I'm doing during the project, please put them in the comments, and either myself or my helpers will answer those questions for you. So tell me what you guys are doing at home right now. How are you keeping yourselves occupied. If you've got kids at home, how's homeschooling going? I had no intentions of ever being a homeschool mom. And yeah, I don't know about you. That's how I'm feeling. All right, one more time. This is not setting the way I want it to, so I'm just going to fix it. And it's fine that you do that. I'm actually just, there's one little spot, and I'll show you here in just a second. There's one little spot that just doesn't want to lay quite flat, and I don't want to have any air bubbles under there. So it's okay. Take your time. And like I said, the enamel is super, super sticky. So you have to be careful not to stretch this. Otherwise it will be distorted later. Okay. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's make sure it looks pretty good. All right. So here we go. So we got that all nice on there. It was this little part up here that is like right under the lip of the sign, and I just wanted to make sure it laid flat so that we didn't have any bleeding under it. I'm going to be using black Chalkology paste. Chalkology paste is a water-soluble paste that when you use it on a surface like a chalkboard, possibly on this enamel, it depends on how much pigment the enamel will pick up. You might be able to remove it from the enamel, but in this case I would say probably not. Chalkboards, definitely, especially our chalkboards, our boutique chalkboards, our 8-inch chalkboards, we have so many different surfaces that you can create with. It's pretty awesome. And what I'm doing is just chalk on, get the chalk paste on, and we will remove any excess. You do have to work quickly with chalk paste. It will dry on you, so you can't leave it and walk away. It will dry in the Silkscreen. It will be a sad day for you, and I don't want that. However, if you do have a mistake, an oops, on a project like this, it is fixable for the most part. You can usually fix them, and I have other videos on this page about how to do that. Okay. All right, let's get part 1 of our project. And there we go. So here's our transfer. You can see through the Silkscreen there. And what I'll do is I'll wash this later, put it back on the back of the sheet, and it'll be good to go. And here's the first part of our project. The dishes are looking at me dirty again. So, so true. So true. All right, so we're gonna just dry this. Don't want to pull the blow dryer out, but you can blow dry it. You don't want it to be wet when you go to put another transfer down. So like I have this cute little piece that it came with, and I may actually do the fork and the spoon and the knife first, and I might just do those on here. But the thing is, if you lay a transfer down where it's wet, it will, obviously it'll pull up, and that's no good. Or we could use the whisk, the measuring cup, and the bowls. So, all right, while I let that dry for a second, I might just have to pull the blow dryer out because it's not drying very fast. And I just don't want to have to do it again, you know? Crafting. So, okay, so what crafts are you working on? Are you doing anything fun? Are you getting to any projects that you've been wanting to get to forever, right? I have so many. I actually reorganized my office / craft room this morning and got a lot of stuff done with that. Found a lot of stuff I didn't know I had. Found doubles of stuff. Who can relate to this? I know somebody can. It's so easy to buy lots of craft supplies. Am I right? Of course I am. You wouldn't be here if you didn't love crafting. So, okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I want to see, I don't know if my bowls will fit on here nicely or not. I think that they might, but I don't know that I want to kind of shove everything on there. So as I work through this, I think what I'll do is I think I'll put I think I'll do that. I think I'm going to take these two on one side, the other two straight up and down, and I'm going to use the color Seafoam. We love Seafoam. It's a very, very pretty color. And this one we're going to want to fuzz extra well because we don't want that to pull up any paste. It will pull the paste up. And if you have questions as I'm working through this, please put them in the comments. And if you're interested in making this project, you can put project in the comments and I will get you the links for that. We are broadcasting on 4 different places right now. So you could be watching me on YouTube, you could be watching me on my Facebook page or in the Insiders private group, free group, or on Instagram. So please also let me know which platform you're watching on. It's very exciting. Technology is great. All right, so we're gonna do like this. And the reason I'm putting this down is just because I don't want this extra stickiness to be on my, the part I just did. I don't want that to happen. So we're just gonna take our time and get that on there nicely. And I'm sorry I can't see your comments right now. I will go back and answer those as soon as I'm done. Okay. All right, let's get to our Seafoam. I'm gonna put my lid back on my black paste. As you can see, you don't need a lot of paste to do this. It does not take much. It lasts and lasts and lasts. These are 3-ounce jars. I've had them several months before and done lots of projects with them before I've had to get new replacement colors. We have 4 catalog releases every year, and 2 out of the 4 have new paste colors in them, which is always fun. Okay. Our little, there's the first one. Show you that. Cute little fork and spoon. And then what we'll do is come down to the other side and do our best to kind of line them up the same way if we can. Let's see if we can get that. I bet we can get it pretty close. And there we go. Perfect. Quick and easy. I try not to stress about this. It's craft projects, right? You can make these beautiful pieces of decor in your home, reuse them, make them as gifts. It's fun. It's meant to be fun. Okay, so there's that one. There's our little fork and spoon. I wonder, should we try to get one of the other pieces on there? I don't know. Let's see before we decide. Before we call it a day, I don't think I can get the bowls on there. I think the bowls are too big, but maybe I'll do the little whisk. I could get the little whisk on there, kind of on the bottom. I think I will do that. Because I can. And you can do these any old way you want. Make it your own. Make it something you love. Right? Am I right? Okay. And I'm fuzzing here off to the side. I'm fuzzing. And then we're going to put our little piece here. And that, once again, is just to protect our piece that we've already chalked. I just don't want it to pull up any chalk paste. Although we could lay our transfer right back down again and cover it up. Like I said, there's other videos. Plus, in my free group, I have a lot of videos that on the different products and how to fix little oopsies that may happen. Because it happens. It happens. All right, and got our little whisk. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I'm glad I did that. All right, that's it. Look how easy. There's our little whisk. Oops, go that way. I think it's cute. The dishes are looking at me dirty again. All right, my friends, I will be back tomorrow with another project. If you have questions, put them in the comments. Otherwise, have a wonderful day.